Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Tour 77, the technical side of our Africa overlanding journey. And yeah, well, we're still 9 months away, but we have a lot of things that we need to consider. Yesterday I spoke about our rooftop tent and about me possibly thinking about designing it. And today I'm going to start putting pen to paper. I'm going to start to think about dimensions and everything else, but we don't have a car yet, so it's difficult to actually think about how big we want this rooftop tent. So this is one thing we need to consider. We need to consider how much weight we can put on the top of the car. So this is one thing we need to consider when we're going to buy a car. I've been thinking a lot about the car. I've been thinking a lot about it, and I've been looking at the cars that we want. The ones that we want are expensive. Cars are expensive, you know. Many people aren't buying cars, they're leasing them now, right? And I'm considering some sort of lease deal where I take the car and almost like a finance plan, you know, but I want to have the option of either giving the car in or paying a balloon payment and keeping the car at the end. So I need to take a look at the brands and which companies are doing the best lease deals at this present moment, or the best finance deals. Because I really do, I do want a new car. I prefer to have a new car, I'd prefer, because the price that we can hopefully get it for will be negligible, and I think it will, if we are spending so much time inside a vehicle like we're going to be. If we're spending so much time, I think it's important that the vehicle has, you know, it'll give us the creature comforts for the 7-8 hours a day that we're going to be in it, you know, that the kids are in a bit of comfort, you know. That's what we want. We want to be in comfort. I don't think that's a lot to ask for, and I think many cars give us this. Not many cars will give you that and give you the ability to drive across some rough terrain. Part of the reason why I don't really want a commercial vehicle is because we want the comfort. We want, we want to be embellished with nice things inside the car so we can take care of ourselves for the 7 or 8 hours a day that we're going to be spending in the car. The car's going to be everything for us. It's going to be our living space. It's going to be the children's school, you know. It's going to be our bed, our bedroom, bathroom, you know, our kitchen. We need a utilitarian car because we're going to be utilizing it a lot to do everything. It's like we're going to turn it into a Swiss Army knife, you know. So it's important for us to make sure we get this done correctly. And I have good feelings. I think we can do that. There is a lot to consider, and just simply going out and thinking, oh, okay, then, well, any car can do it. We know any car can do it, but which car can do it the best? We are going to have to test drive cars. We're going to have to test drive a lot of them. And this bloody country, Austria is not the right country. It really isn't. For dealerships, it's not like the UK. I think I've spoken about this already, you know. It's going to be difficult to get a test drive in these vehicles, or to speak to somebody about. Oh man, it would be so much easier if we could do it back in the UK. But then again, I don't want to travel all the way to the UK to go take test drives. I mean, I don't mind doing that, but I would really prefer to take a car in the relatively close district. We are going to start calling up, you know, or perhaps even visiting Land Rover dealerships here in and Mitsubishi dealerships, and perhaps even Toyota dealerships here in Austria. I have a feeling that we're not going to be successful, but we're going to do it anyway. I think we would have more success in the countries where we have some affinity with, you know. Like, I think it would be more difficult for us to do this. I think it would be much easier for my partner to perhaps go to Kosovo and take a test drive there. That's one thing that we are strongly considering. If we could go to Kosovo and get a deal there, that would work out much easier, much better for us, much, you know, or even Serbia, you know, where my partner speaks fluent Serbian. And she's also known in Kosovo. She's a known person. She's famous. So this could work out for us big time. So I think perhaps looking at those places, Albania also is a good place where we could think about looking to get a deal on a car. I'm not sure how many dealerships there are there, but definitely something we need to consider. And it'd just be easier because here, I don't know why the dealerships are like this here. I don't know why. They're just, you know. But do you know what? I only contacted Audi dealerships here, and that was about 2 years ago. So I don't know. Hopefully, the pandemic has changed things. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm hoping that we can get something here in Austria at the right price. You know, if we could get something here at the right price that we could pay monthly, and it's a decent car. You know, I've seen cars here I saw a Defender, like a new shape Defender, and the spec was okay, and they were selling it for it had 240,000 kilometers on the clock, and they were still selling it for 60,000 euros. I'm like, what? People here on the mainland, they don't look at mileage as being that much of a bad thing. Like, you would never sell a car like that in the UK for the same amount of money, ever. Not only because they're made in the UK, but because people look at mileage as being a really bad thing in the UK, you know. And people still look at cars as, you know, 100,000 miles, no good, you're going to have to get a new car with that. There are still people that think that way. When in reality, new cars are getting worn in nicely by 60,000 miles. That's when they are at their best, you know. Usage 60,000, 100,000, they're just stretching their legs. So, you know, we're not going to think too much about kilometers, but we want a car that's we're going to be able to not think about the engineering side of things, and we could just focus on the little things, you know, air filters, oil filters, you know, perhaps even checking hopefully the air suspension, if we get a car with air suspension, rotating the tires, those sort of easy things, you know. So that's what we're going to be focused on. Yeah, but apart from that, things are looking good. And I am going to start crunching the numbers. I'm going to start today because we need to start as soon as possible. Even though we're 10 months away, we need to start focusing on where we can look for the best vehicle, the best price, and one that's going to give us everything that we need for the journey. So guys, I'd like to thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one tomorrow. Until the next time, take care.